Here we are, Abe. That sounds terrible.
You sound terrible.
That's fine. A podcast about sports, hosted by somebody with a very weird voice. My name is Bob, sitting across the way from my good friend and co-host. That's Abe. How you doing tonight, Abe?
Doing well, Bob.
Yeah, here we are. Lori's here too. How you doing tonight, Lori?
I'm all right, too.
Lori's all right too. Tonight is Thursday, December 4th. 2025. I did not anticipate the voice sounding this bad when I started trying to talk.
How many hot teas did you have today?
I had two hot teas.
You needed to have like 6.
Seems like too many.
Do you guys ever update your, regimen? Are you just doing the same thing you did like 10 years ago, 20 years ago? As far as once I get sick, I do these things, or do you ever?
It's funny you say that.
Find it.
I don't really do anything.
You just wait it out.
Yeah, see what happens. Lori's always trying to get me to drink hot tea. I drink more hot tea now than I did 10 years ago, certainly.
You don't find that it helped you at all?
Yes.
He didn't really do it. He didn't really do it. I was trying to get him to do it, and he didn't really do it.
Look here now,
And
lady.
I tried to get him to rest, and I come home, and there's a blender bowl. What do you call that?
A blender?
A blender thing in the dry. It gets washed. But it implies that he worked out today on like day 2 of being sick. Like, that's not resting. That's not resting. You are on purpose prolonging this.
It's not. I defy you to Google up, should you exercise with a cold?
I don't care what the Google robot says.
I took 2 days off this week from exercising. I exercised again today because I'm feeling much better. But yeah, I'm on the other side of it. The problem this morning was I didn't sleep at all last night. I woke up at midnight from some strange dreams and then could not fall back to sleep because that goddamn moon.
Very bright moon.
There's this very large, bright moon that I'm pinning this on.
Does the moon usually keep you up?
Got to get that RFK.
No, it's
working on this moon thing.
It's a thing.
Is this like one of those like rare? Oh, you won't see this until like 40 years from now. One of those things?
I think this is one of those weird, bright winter moons. I'm sure it's like the Beaver or something. I'm not sure which one it is. But.
And you had a clear sky?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Clear as day out there when I looked out the window. Anyway, thrilling content dispensed with. Let's live bet the games. Abe,
all right.
Inexplicable decision on Monday.
Oh, yeah. I apologize. That was wrong of me.
It was in fact wrong. Tonight is Thursday night football. We've got the Cowboys playing a game against the Lions. I believe they're on the road. Is that right? Let's see here. Yeah, Cowboys on the road, plus 3.5 points at the Detroit Lions, plus 156 on the money line. Pretty tight line there. The Cowboys have been an exciting team, having beaten the Colts on... Not the Colts, having dispatched with the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. And the Lions are pretty good too, but who you got tonight?
The Lions should win tonight.
Go money line, or are we going to lay the 3 and a hook?
We're going to do money line. Learn from last week's mistake.
That's a $5 bet to win $2.69 in return. Do you have a good week, Abe? Good big birthday yesterday, huh?
Happy birthday, Abe.
Thanks. I wouldn't call it big. Just a regular work week.
I mean, each one more impressive than the last at this point as we...
But, 43 is... there's no, round number. There's nothing significant about it. You can't tie it to anything. It's just there. I guess if I was a big W fan, he was president.
It's a prime number, right?
Yeah, it's prime, and it's George W. Bush.
That's true. neither of those two things did it for me. So, but yeah, no. I mean, the week is. This is my Friday. I'm gonna be taking a bunch of Fridays off for the next month. After a very hard year.
Yeah.
So hard. I don't know how you did it. Deserved. You deserve this.
3-day weekend from now on.
I know you're viciously un-American in the way that you and your family celebrate Thanksgiving. Does the family call you up at least for the birthday? You get some well wishes? What?
Yeah. I mean, within the family group, they say whatever.
Who usually initiates that? Is that a mom and dad start the well wishes?
No, my parents are not in the. It's too.
No, mom and dad aren't in the family group chat.
No, because it's too crude at times. You can't include the folks in that.
That's why you got to have multiples. We've got the one that I call related losers. I named
everybody.
It that. I guess everybody sees it as related losers.
Yeah.
Which is good. And we're a pretty crude bunch, so not a whole lot has to be left out of that one. But then there's another one. It's called Mom's Not In This One. That's where where you talk shit about mom, or more likely talk shit that mom doesn't need to hear necessarily.
Well, that's a great name.
Yeah. I don't know. What have we been doing? Hanging out.
Yeah. What do you guys been doing?
I mean,
Other
do
than
we
being
need to
sick?
talk about what we've been doing?
Yeah. So
Because it's embarrassing.
it's really ridiculous. We're in the off season for the Little League, right? It should be minimal lift in terms of Little League responsibilities here. Now, sure, there's a lot of background bureaucracy stuff, getting things in order, making sure we're prepared for the spring.
But when does the spring season kick off? Like in March?
Yeah, we'll have our
Starts moving in February.
we'll have our player evaluations third week in February, and there'll be a frantic couple of weeks there trying to get all of the teams organized and drafted and all of that.
Right.
And the schedules and the practice schedules all figured out. And then the season will start, and it'll just be the season.
So right now, this should be the most off of the off season. So there shouldn't be any background, anything, right?
It's the largest gap. Once fall ball ends to the start of the spring season, it's certainly the biggest gap in responsibility. And then Lori gets an email from...
I first got a text with a screenshot of an email.
Yeah, from the treasurer lady on our Little League board. And it's, hey, Dick's House of Sport, which we discussed. Recently on the last show. Dick's House of Sport is going to have a charity contest in which each of their local partners can choose to participate in a gingerbread house building contest for a grand prize of $750 in cash prizes from Dick's House of Sport. And I was very ambivalent. Leaning towards...
He was too ambivalent.
Definitely no, but ambivalent.
You were not leaning.
I
you
leaned
were like,
in the no
could be
direction.
fun. I have those little cookie cutters. We could make a little replica.
You are exaggerating my excited...
No, I'm not. I think I'm
reaction
doing
to
a
this.
very good job. It wasn't oh my God, you could do a replica and we could totally do this and it'll be fun. It was,
It was, I don't really want to, but we could, certainly. That was, that's ambivalence.
Yeah.
It was, I don't want to, but we could. And Lori...
I need more direction than that.
Right. Did they provide that direction?
No. Lori goes and tells Julia about the potential project. This is a woman who lives in Ukraine.
She lives in
notably
Ukraine.
the other side of the goddamn world. She can't pop over this weekend and help in the ideation and subsequent construction
Wait.
of the gingerbread house.
Wait.
But Julia is all excited about it.
Wait. I was also unsure of what to do.
Okay.
And when you have two abstaining votes.
I wouldn't have been abstaining or quite so
you
ambivalent.
You didn't say
if
no.
I knew that the third vote was going to come from across the goddamn world.
She is not a person.
What if we'd asked, hey, Abe, should we do the gingerbread house for Dick's House of Sport?
We could have asked Abe, but you could have asked Abe.
Yeah, you stupid assholes. Go ahead and do that.
You could have asked Abe.
Hire a ringer, to make it.
So I sent her the email that I got. I wasn't like, hey, look at this thing I could do. I just sent the email and was like, I just sent you an email. And she is I really didn't know. I thought she'd be like, oh, that's something you don't have to do. Like, I thought she would be much more negative about it. And then that's two, you know.
Right. That would, yeah.
But she immediately was like, this is amazing. You have to do it. You have to make I was thinking like a model of the baseball field. And she was like, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. And she's not a positive, you know her. She's not like, oh my God, everything's awesome. Like, so I had to.
Is maybe Ukraine is known for it, and that's she has a love for it.
No,
you know?
She's
Germany.
been enculturated by
That's right.
local gingerbread.
No, but I did
on
learn
in
something.
Ukraine.
Did we talk about this? In not just Ukraine, but in lots of Eastern Europe, if you go to the store looking for Christmas decorations, the section of the store will be labeled New Year's. And they will be called New Year's decorations. It is sometimes called a New Year's tree.
Good thing I don't speak that stupid language, or I would be confused by those labels.
And it's like, it's clearly Christmas. And it comes from when they were Soviet and not allowed to have religion. They just kept they were like, oh, it's not. That's not a Christmas tree. No, ew. That is a New Year's tree. And we like to open presents from each other on New Year's Day. That's what we do here. New Year. Happy New Year.
Anyway, so now we got to build a fucking Little League baseball stadium in the form of a gingerbread house.
It's
What's
consuming my every thought.
What's the time frame here? When must it be turned in?
We got to drop it off at Dick's next Saturday.
Not this Saturday, the following Saturday.
A week from Saturday, yeah.
Wow. And so not a lot of instructions. So it could be the parents helping the kids like a lot.
It's adults. It's no
just,
kids.
It's just
only
whatever
adults.
local nonprofit that Dick's happens to have a relationship with. So we could be up against like the University of Virginia for all the fuck we know.
Gotcha.
And like they might just be in it. They might spend $2,500
to win $750.
Yeah, just for the prestige.
Oh yes.
and the community outreach. I suspect I have a sort of sneaking suspicion that we're going to be entirely outclassed, even if we do like a pretty good job on this. Which Lori and I, it's just going to be Lori and I doing it. The kids will not be trusted to to decorate this thing. I just have this feeling like some local nonprofit is going to have either connections at a professional bakery, or are going to be willing to spend because if you just think of it dollars and cents, you spend $500 and get somebody to make you a really nice gingerbread house, relatively short notice.
Okay, but the thing is,
you win more than you invested.
The thing that's bullshit is it's not judged; it's votes. So the deal is they're like, tell your people to come to Dick's on Saturday and spend their money and vote for your stupid house.
Right. It's why the same stupid popular neighborhood bar always wins like best restaurant in town every year in the local creative loafing or whatever it is, because they just get the most people to send in the votes.
Now, are they doing anything with all of these submissions? Like, are they
I don't know. They just lay
up?
out there for 3 hours during the voting period, and then who knows what happens to them afterwards.
So
I assume we have to come collect them, or else they end up in the trash.
Okay.
Which I don't know which is better.
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah,
I think I'd rather
care.
Dick's just throw it away. Like,
Right. So, like we did you a favor.
Right.
Just cut out the extra step.
because it's not like it is technically all edible, but it's going to be made in like construction grade gingerbread rather than like eating grade gingerbread, so it won't be very tasty.
Right.
But it'll be pretty. What I think we should make Eric take it.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I don't know why that's not the obvious.
Or we just like permanently display it down at Quarry Park if it's the big
we
winner.
could just keep it there with the rats.
Yeah.
I guess it's hard to gauge this, but do you anticipate a robust response from the community?
We know
Or is it
nothing.
gonna be like 50 submissions? It's like, oh boy.
I'm annoyed that there isn't already an email about it.
We have to do such an overwhelming job that like it doesn't matter how good.
That too.
Yeah.
Just because like the turnout game from McIntyre Little League or whatever other UVA Health or whatever comes out, with superior numbers. We just have to present an undeniably superior
That's right.
gingerbread
I
creation.
think we can. I think that I'm going to be really good at this.
That's gonna be
We
good.
already had a fight about it. He told me I was not using math because he's an idiot.
She's trying to transfer templates from like the cardboard onto the graph paper and then just count. It's basically the equivalent of like using your fingers to count. And I'm like, just use the ruler and do some multiplication here, lady. And she's like, no, I'm going to count these boxes on this graph paper. Math. It's like, all right, yeah, technically.
So it's a sloped roof.
Okay.
So,
So you guys already have it diagrammed.
Oh yeah, I went down
We
to
have
the
a- we
park.
have a
I took
model.
a bunch of pictures. I did a diagram. I drew it out. And we made models, and we're good to go.
Fine. You guys are raring to go. Okay, they should be good.
Yeah, so that's what we'll be up to next.
that's what
next
I'm
little
like
while.
now.
All right, let's open up the WGAS NewsBag Sports Edition. It's time for Who Gives a Shit News Sports. I know Lori didn't want me talking about Tom Cotton there
No.
earlier, but I regret to inform you that because of the omniculture, I mean, there's this idea that somehow back in the 90s and the good old days, we all consumed more or less the same thing, right? Everything was, you flip on the TV, everybody was talking about the same stuff. You could go to the water cooler and have a conversation about the same television shows and whatever. But one of the things that at the start of the reboot of the Bob and Abe show, rebranded Cast Iron Brains, the fight that we got into over the course of the first couple of months there was my thesis, insisting that Trump had made everything into politics, that there was we were in a new era in which there was no escaping politics, in part because Trump forced himself into the center of all conversations. And even when Trump himself was not necessarily shoehorning his own stupid mouth into the question, there was this undercurrent of like, yes, but which side of the thing that you're talking about would a hypothetical Trump supporter or Trump himself come down upon, right? So it was like, in some ways, yes, we left the omniculture behind, but
Monoculture.
yeah, sure, the monoculture. But in other ways, now more than ever, everything is everything, because like politics is pop culture and pop culture is politics, and it's all very dumb. So in the spirit of that, Diego Pavia went on Twitter. It's Cast Iron Ball's hero, Diego Pavia. Lori's wearing
American hero. Be serious.
a sweatshirt with his likeness plastered upon it right now.
He's very excited.
Go Diego Go went on Twitter and posted an entreaty to the President of the United States asking him to make an executive order.
Quote tweeting Brooks Austin.
Quote tweeting was he like the film guy or something?
Yeah.
He's a UGA. He's always on this UGA sideline at games.
Yeah,
it
he
seems like.
works for them, but also he does. I don't know what he does.
He podcasts a lot.
He's
I know that.
he's good at it. I don't know what it is, but he's very good at it.
Anyway, Brooks Austin had tweeted out, screw it, go to 16 in terms of a playoff. 4 SEC, 4 Big Ten, 2 ACC, 2 Big 12, and then 4 at-large bids decided by a computer ranking system. Get rid of these stupid committees filled with justifications nobody seems to understand. And that was quote tweeted by Pavia saying, at real Donald Trump, make the executive order, please. Exclamation mark emoji, eyes emoji.
Do you think he's also posted this on that other social media platform that the president owns?
I don't know. Is Diego on Truth Social?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, that, is Trump on Twitter now? Like, I wonder if I'm sure he's going
like.
to see it.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. I mean, he's, I don't know if it's him or if it's just his people. He was on Truth Social the other night going fucking hog wild.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
hundreds of truths in just a few hours' time.
All right.
Maybe the moon was keeping him up, too.
That's right. You know, Vanderbilt is really gunning for this playoff spot.
I
There
know.
was a report earlier where they were I've never heard of this, but they were trying to get an extra game this weekend to kind of as a showcase.
Just play an
Just
exhibition?
fucking play.
Yeah, yeah. Like they were actually trying to make that happen, but I guess logistics.
Against
and
whom?
They're
whoever.
trying to find a team because the thing is, like, anybody ahead of you would not want to risk it, or they're in a conference title game, and then anyone below you is
Oh, it
not
should
really
have been Miami. Are you kidding me?
But would Miami want to do this?
Give me an exhibition
Yes.
between Miami and Vanderbilt and call it a fucking play-in game and say, I dare you to leave the winner out, you cowards.
Maybe in the future. I mean, obviously the time frame is not going to work for this year, but in future years, you can just have a play-in bowl for this upcoming weekend and just have it be like ready to go. And if two teams want it, all the infrastructure for that game will be available. But I mean, I don't understand. There's too much complaining, like from the bottom of this list. I know we're not at that level talking about the playoffs, but like. The whole point of having 12 teams and then eventually 16 teams is for this sort of thing to not happen, and it still continues to happen, which is like, oh, we deserve to be in, and no, the other team deserves to be in. Like, just shut up and accept your fate.
Yeah, and, if you're Vanderbilt, don't lose to Texas and Alabama when they're the only two hard games on your schedule this year.
Right.
Now, also, we should point out that underneath Diego Pavia's tweet, someone from College Sports Only, I don't know what that is, posted a couple of photographs of Diego Pavia's hot mom and said, "Send in the closer." So everything's all very normal. Abe, you asked if Donald Trump is even still on Twitter. Good news. The answer is yes. On November 29th, for example, he tweeted, "To all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump."
Why would you tip off human traffickers?
It's not the only time that politics was trying to intervene in our beloved college sports landscape. Marco Rubio, in one of those cabinet meetings that Trump has from time to time, where everybody sits around a big table and talks about how awesome Donald Trump is, which was one of the more innocuous and fun aspects of his particular brand of unpleasant despotism, I must say, is having a bunch of chucklefucks go around the table and just talk about what an awesome dude the dear leader is.
Right, yeah.
As Trump nods off every 20 minutes or so. This fucking guy. But Marco Rubio jokes that Donald Trump will have to take over the college football playoff committee if Miami is left out.
I do want to say this is the most wonderful, magical time of the year. By that, of course, I'm referring to the college football playoffs. And I just want to say this as a point of personal privilege. And I'm a Florida Gator, but if the University of Miami gets screwed out of the college football playoffs after going 10-2 and beating Notre Dame, the whole thing should be scrapped, and you're going to have to take over it next year.
Hey, you know how I know Marco Rubio's a fucking fraud?
How is that?
Because he's a Florida Gator.
Right.
And he's
right.
going to bat for the University of Miami. What he should say is, I'm a Florida Gator. So if the University of Miami gets screwed out of the college football playoffs, that would be hilarious and awesome.
It's a good.
So gross.
It is. I was going to mention this later on, but while we're at this juncture here, as far as politics and sports mixing, the World Cup is coming to North America next year, mostly in America, but also Canada and Mexico. On Friday, FIFA is doing this bogus Peace Prize thing. Like they're going to do the reveal of which country is going to be in which group and whatnot. But also they have for the first time going to award like the FIFA Peace Prize, and by all accounts, it appears that it's going to Trump. I guess because he can't get the Nobel Peace Prize, he's going to get a FIFA.
Invented a FIFA Peace Prize.
Yeah, to give to him. So I anticipate there's going to be a lot of like this sort of North Korean praise at FIFA on Friday. Like, oh, you're the greatest, the peace you've brought to the world. I mean, outside of Venezuela.
Is this going to be awarded every 4 years ahead of the World Cup? Is that the idea?
I think probably just as long as Trump is around. Like, if he's gone, like, all right, we don't have to do this anymore.
I would imagine North Korea suddenly in the running to host the next World Cup. So that the Kim family can finally lay claim to a FIFA Peace Prize in 4 years.
I mean, the Nobel Peace Prize is itself like checkered if you see who has won it, but like this is not starting off to a hot start with FIFA.
Did you see that they plastered his name on the Department of Peace or the Institute of Peace on the National Mall?
Yeah, I did see that.
They went over and just put Donald J. Trump in front of United States Institute of Peace on the National Mall before they're going to have a ceremony between like the Congo and somebody else there.
Right.
Lori is looking stricken that I even bring it up, but
What can we talk about football?
we're talking about football. It's not my fault. Look at these two chucklefucks.
I don't want
happen
to
to
look
pause
at those
this.
two chucklefucks.
I happen to pause this on the key moment
It really sucks.
which is Marco Rubio.
It's like the worst still.
Like his stupid face going, yeah, I did the thing about the college football. And
The levity, yeah.
And then Trump just doing his stupid, I just woke up, but I also want to look like the cat who caught the canary grin that he does. It's all very dumb. Also, you know how dumb college football is?
it's so dumb.
It wouldn't be surprising if Donald Trump issued an executive order and they were like, all right, yeah, I mean, fuck it. We don't know what we're doing, so we'll go with that. I mean, it would end up in the courts, certainly, I'm sure of it.
Right, but also there's no winning. There's too many different bases that would be upset. Like, so there's no point of wading in. I thought, by the way, that like there was going to be some sort of like committee that was going to be led by Nick Saban or something to handle this stuff.
They're
Like
not doing that.
They're not doing that. Okay, because like I mean, if they're going to do like a college football sports czar or something to like straighten things out, get old man Saban.
They were supposed to vote on something this week, and they didn't
did.
get it done.
No, they didn't vote.
Yeah.
The SCORE Act.
And then the Congressional Black Caucus was like, no, we're not going to vote on this. And so a vote never came to the floor.
Wait, is this the one with that weird commercial that plays?
Yep.
All right, get into some TV ratings here real quick. Did you watch the Thanksgiving Day football game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs, Abe?
I caught a lot of it. I think that was when I was watching a movie earlier.
You and 57.2 million of your fellow Americans watched that game.
It's remarkable. For context, I suspect that is in line with a conference weekend game, like the game, the two games before the Super Bowl for each conference.
I think it's higher or around there certainly.
But it's in
There's
that, like,
literally
50,
nothing else on.
right. But it's crazy how like a regular season game. I know it's like a holiday on a Thursday, and it's two like very well-known teams. So like all the stars aligned for this, but that is a ridiculously high number. What did they say? It's like 50% or like some ridiculous number more than the previous record.
Cowboys Giants drew 42 million on Fox in 2022. Viewership peaked during this game's conclusion with 61.4 million people tuned in, which is bonkers.
I wonder if people are trying to get to some sort of thing where like at least everybody knows this one thing. Like you were saying earlier, how in the past, you know, no matter who you were, you would have a general sense of things because there are only 3 channels and like the source of information was so few or just narrow that everybody just watched the same shows because there were only so many shows. And so now football does that, but nothing else does. Like not even like what is it like Stranger Things. Like if this were like on a regular television, like if it was weekly, maybe it would build some steam. But like they just release all the episodes at once, and it's kind of hard to kind of have a moment. Like this weekend was the 4th episode, and something crazy happened, for instance, right? Like there isn't like
it doesn't help that like television sucks.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But the format where everything gets dumped, so like everybody watches things at different times, hurts that. So like in sports, it's live. There's no other way to do this. You can't like, I'm gonna watch, the first half of the Colts season, like as if I don't know what happened. Like,
man, you should have though, right?
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, that's not gonna fast forward through some games, but like especially the last couple. But yeah, like I wonder if this is gonna be the trend going forward. Like it's gonna be just higher and higher ratings for these sort of games.
No, I'm sure. Speaking of that first season of Stranger Things was plenty fun and good.
Yeah, when they were like kids and
diminishing returns in season 2, and then I think we watched the first episode or 2 of season 3, and we were like, I think we're good.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same as you. Although from what I hear, I haven't watched the latest season because I didn't watch the 2 seasons before that. But apparently the kids who are now like adults, or like a lot of them are not very good adult actors.
No.
Like apparently it just looks weird when they're doing it as adults. I guess it's fine if they're like 12 years old. You can give them cut them some slack, but apparently it's not particularly good. The acting.
Yeah, apparently they don't have a lot to work with either, is what I've been reading about this show.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFL and their ratings, but also, Abe, you're often commenting on their greedy nature.
Oh, very.
They introduced a Black Friday game a couple of years ago. There was one this year. I dismissed it as not worth watching on our preview show, I believe.
That's
We
right.
were watching college.
No, we were watching the college games. Anyway, I think there was a Bears and Eagles was this year's edition. And it was made available to everyone, even if you didn't have a Prime subscription. And of course, there's some weird rule about restricting the NFL's ability to broadcast games on Black Friday because of the protected window that college has in the fall to protect college and high school football. And so from the second Saturday in September until the second Saturday in December, NFL games cannot be televised between 6 p.m. on Friday and midnight on Saturday. And so the NFL has been kicking off these games at 3 o'clock. And they've decided, or Roger Goodell, rather, has said that there may be changes coming to the NFL holiday schedule. He told the Wall Street Journal that the league is considering introducing a second game on Black Friday. So we'll have the 3 games on Turkey Day, at least 2 games on Black Friday, a brief break so that rivalry weekend can take place, and then back to a full slate on Sunday and Monday.
Wow, that is very greedy. I'm not surprised, especially based on the ratings that they're getting. If they do like 3 Thursday, which they currently do, Thanksgiving Thursday, they have 3 games. If they do now 2 games on Friday, they're going to be left with such cruddy matchup for that Sunday.
Garbage regional games on Sunday.
Right?
Yeah.
And they'll still draw ratings because people are, into football. And so, it won't even matter.
It's not just the NFL that is getting all of these television ratings. College football is also, obviously, very popular. This is from Sportico, which does a lot of this Nielsen ratings watching. The top school in all of college football through 12 weeks has averaged 8.14 million viewers over the course of its nationally televised games, and that is, of course, the Crimson Tide. The Georgia Bulldogs are in second with 7.35 million viewers for each of their nationally televised games. And then Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma, and LSU round out the other SEC contenders there at the
Surprised
top.
by the Tennessee being so high up.
Yeah, well, they had big expectations, and also they're a wildly popular program there.
No, I mean, I'm sure they are, but I'm just surprised.
7 of the top 10 are SEC schools, and really it's just thoroughly dominated by the SEC. Right. All through the top 20. Ohio State comes in at number 7, Florida State number 9, and Notre Dame number 10.
We're on the other side of the dominant era for the SEC, but this is as a result of that dominant era, right? Because every year,
part, I think
it's
you
just
say
more
we're on the other side of the
there.
dominant era, but get past Ohio State and Indiana. I mean, where are the good teams in the Big Ten? I mean, you have a second.
Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon
right.
and Michigan are going to be perennial contenders, and Penn State, of course. But
right, but I think during the dominant era, Notre Dame would not have been able to beat Georgia as they did not too long ago. The last 2 times the Big Ten has won the title, so it's not like the SEC is no longer dominant, but they did not have that stranglehold dominance that they had for 15 years.
Yeah, I think it's worth pointing out that also the last round of conference expansion, you saw the SEC fix some things that had been missing, right? That you bring Texas and Texas A&M back together. You bring Oklahoma back in so that they can go back to rivalry games with Texas and Missouri, for example. And what did the Big Ten do at that same time? They added Oregon and USC to Big Ten schedules. Who fucking cares?
Right.
relatively speaking, right? I mean, there's not traditional rivalries matter more than anything else in this sport, and the Big Ten adding big names is all well and good, but it doesn't make for. It's not the sort of thing that demands to be watched in the way that
not yet, because this is like a lagging kind of indicator. Like I think the NIL and the transfer portal is distributing the talent to such an extent that it's going to be like, I think, exciting like as a overall sport, but there won't be like this dominant Alabama run.
As silly though as the "it just means more" tagline is for the SEC, because I don't think it the lunatics at Ohio State and Michigan and Notre Dame are equally as enthused about their program as are the lunatics at SEC schools, but it is not nearly as culturally relevant.
No,
broadly speaking, in the region, right? It's all the Southeast has. In terms of sports fandoms, well, not all.
It's
but
all
like
it had for 100 years.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, because I mean, it's like the pro sports thing. You know, there's no pro sports in Alabama, so Alabama football and Auburn football is the biggest thing. Like LSU, I mean, the Pelicans don't rate that well. So like other than the Saints, it's like that's all there is. You know, so like the environment is fertile for like this sort of crazy fan base.
All right, last thing in the WGAS NewsBag Sports Edition. Ralph Lauren traditionally outfitted the United States Olympic team, at least, I don't know, for the last 20 years or something. It seems like they've been doing it for quite a while. They have just released their latest batch for the 2026 U.S. Olympic team. And, it looks fine. It's like preppy American chic, as it always is. And, it's the Christmas season, Abe, and I know you like to splurge on the occasional gift for yourself. I mean, evidenced by the very expansive way in which your walls are decorated, for example. You can get the men's polo Ralph Lauren Team USA opening ceremony toggle coat, which looks like a big old trench coat, basically, with some fancy wooden buckles on the front. It'll set you back $2,000.
Not $2,000.
Oh, sorry, $1,997.99.
Well, with tax.
Do you think that qualifies for free shipping? Like if I put this in the checkout cart,
only one way to
are they
find
gonna
out,
be like,
Bob.
Hey, you got to spend another $3 and
see what happens.
4 cents in order to qualify for free shipping, and you're like, all right, well, let me find something for $5, and you can have this $60 pair of socks, you fucking asshole, and then you can have free shipping.
Do you think that the down arrow almost gone is a reliable indicator of like their inventory stock, or is it like a marketing thing?
It must have been there from. Oh my God! I just put a medium in my cart, and it says almost sold out. Only 2 left. Last purchased 90 seconds ago.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to order one too and see if it goes down to 1.
I'm going to click the checkout button. I don't think I have any saved information. There's a 30% off savings if I use the right coupon code.
I'm going to add it to my cart so you can't.
Anyway, $2,000?
Wow.
That's not very patriotic. I mean, I know they don't. Everybody's got to make a dollar here and there. And that's the most expensive one, to be fair.
You know, they have reasonably priced like T-shirts if you go to the sale section.
Yeah, if you go buy the Summer Olympic bullshit, they have like a $40 T-shirt that was once $90. But
by the way,
fuck that. I want the hot new fits, Abe. And that includes an $1,800 closing ceremony jacket.
If you had to guess, where is the Winter Olympics in like 2 months?
Where is it? It's
Italy, Milan.
Yeah, Milan. Very good, Lori. They've got that a puffer jacket that looks like every other puffer jacket you've ever seen for $900.
You know what's weird?
This
guess it has some value
Calvin's little jacket.
They have an $800 pant.
Ooh, how good are those pants?
I like this one with the Christmas stuff. This men's polo team opening ceremony sweater.
Oh, good.
That's
it's only
very
$700.
Well, it's cute.
Why couldn't they just make and sell them for $110 or something?
Because they wouldn't be as good.
I sincerely don't understand this.
I understand people want to wear this sort of thing, you know. So like it's going to be great for this winter season because it's going to be during the Olympics. Let's say you do it again next season. Like after that, you have to wait until it becomes like vintage. So there's going to be like a 20-year gap where you're not wearing it because it's a little weird to be wearing it.
Yes, but people who spend, this is what they do.
It seems
That's
like you're not getting a lot.
everything they own. That's true for.
But if you had $2,000 to spend on a coat, I would get something that's not
No.
darker.
No. If you are a person who spends $2,000 on a coat, you do that every couple years.
Oh, I see.
Like you're not. This is a hobby.
Well,
They
some
buy
people
it because it's new, because it's the thing, and then, like you said, you only wear it for like now.
Yeah.
And then you move on to the next thing. How much are the hats?
Which ones?
The ones you just scrolled right past.
$300
No,
for
the other
a
ones.
Team
Go up
USA
more.
beanie.
The cuter ones.
Sorry, $330.
Aw, they're so cute.
There is.
Is this the like? I assume because one imagines that they pay for the right to do this, right? Or do they just have to give away all of the clothes, or does the U.S. Olympic Committee pay Ralph Lauren to provide the opening and closing ceremonies gear?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know how that arrangement works, but I have to imagine that the reason that this costs an arm and a leg is because they're not making any money elsewhere.
It's the scarcity.
I'm sure
They've
they're
got a
making money
fucking
everywhere.
fanny pack for $200.
It's amazing. It's like people are. Where's that John Edwards when you need him? There are really two Americas. Like there's somebody that's spending like a bunch of. It's not like one item they're buying. They're buying multiples of this.
Also, it's not just Americans buying this.
Mostly Americans, I would imagine.
They have a $125 corduroy ball cap.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, so that's the CIB. Everybody does their annual gift guides, right? There's the CIB gift guide.
Yeah, there you go. That's the kind of audience we have. If I ever see somebody wearing that out in the wild, I would
them.
Pretend like I'm a fool and like assume that they were participants. And make them feel bad, like this is like a stolen valor thing. Like, wait, you weren't there? Like, why are you wearing this official gear? You know, like, just fuck with them.
If you see anyone out in the wild wearing that, I demand that you either spill something that stains upon them, and I know, or as a man who I know always travels with a shank or two in his pocket, just, just right down the back. No damage to the human being.
Yeah, there
like
are
a quick slice down the back of that down jacket.
There are less lethal options. I don't want to go to prison, so I would do you one better. The squat down, thumbs up picture in front of the person.
There you go. All right, it is now time to move on to the best game in every time slot. This was very easy, I must say.
We still need 2 TVs.
We do still need 2 televisions.
Unfortunately.
There's a lot going on. If you just go to the ESPN schedule page for this weekend's college football games, you'll see there are 4 games on Friday, 5 games on Saturday. I've determined that of the 4 games on Friday night, only one requires that I disrespect them, and that is the game between Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State. You do not have to watch that game.
That is true, but I will say, commend Kennesaw State. This is just some random-ass school north of Atlanta, and now it's ballooned to like a proper university. I think there's like 30,000+ students. Like,
It didn't even exist when we went to school.
yeah, like I don't think it may have existed in a very small way, but I think it was like a engineering-ish thing because my brother went there. But they're just. It's like a big university. It's like a proper university now.
Yeah, with a fucking football team and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't watch that game.
Yeah.
On the main TV, Friday night, 8 o'clock.
You're going to be watching a movie.
Well, you're going to be making fucking gingerbread in the kitchen.
Yeah, watching football. You're going to be on your main TV. There's going to be a movie.
Yeah. Calvin wants to watch the Fantastic Four this weekend for some reason, and we have to indulge him.
We don't have to. You're going
iteration?
The one that came
The
out
new
a couple
one,
months
Pedro
ago. whenever it
Pascal.
is.
Okay.
All right. Friday night, the American Championship from Ullman Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's the home of Tulane University. And it's North Texas, the Mean Green, minus 2.5 points on the road at number 20 Tulane.
The Green Wave.
The Green Wave on
Mean,
ABC.
Mean Green Wave.
This is a play-in game, effectively, for the college football playoff because one of these two teams is going to be the highest-ranked G5 champion winner. This will be the first North Texas and Tulane game that I will see any part of, I believe.
I don't think I could
We've
tell
watched
you.
some North Texas.
Did we?
I don't think I
think
can tell
so.
you anything about North Texas, other than I assume that it's situated north.
I don't know.
It's a pretty good bet. All right, and then the second television, have the double box going. You've got the Sun Belt Championship from Harrisonburg, Virginia, where Troy is traveling to play James Madison University. And I commend the G5 for, I know it's probably just in part because, like, you can't get the event planner at the local NFL stadium to sign you up.
Whatever it takes.
You don't think you're going to hit the guaranteed minimum in terms of like selling 5,000 tickets or whatever, so you
Right.
can't get the big boy stadium. But I like that they play these games on campus. It's obviously better.
Have you heard the latest about JMU?
The
Oh,
JMU
yes.
coach is leaving and is going to be replaced by Billy Napier.
By Florida man. Wow.
This is a guy with a lot of experience in the G5 and had a lot of success at, was it Louisiana, I think, was where he
Yeah.
Boy, James Madison is doing well. You know, they didn't they have the
They had
Indiana
thirsty
coach.
dirtbag Kurt Signetti
Yeah.
just a couple of years ago.
Look at them; they're on the come up.
JMU is playing also effectively in a college
of.
football playoff game here because if Duke wins, it is hard to imagine that Duke is going to become ranked higher than a currently ranked JMU. It simply wouldn't be fair. You would have to say, oh, it's as though all of these rankings for the last 6 weeks have been entirely arbitrary
It
and
might be.
pointless. And yeah, they might well be. Manny Diaz made a big stink about how, hey, we play big boy football here in the ACC. That's why we lost 5 games. And JMU, credit to them for only losing the one game this year to Louisville, and I believe they lost it kind of at the very end. But losing that one game to Louisville, he thinks should disqualify them, and Duke should get the spot if they advance.
Do you see any possibility for a chicanery, like in that way, like where they're like, oh, they failed the eye test, you know,
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
like, which is to say,
I
wasn't even
don't.
watching the
I
game.
don't simply because it'd be way easier to just put Miami in there.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to jump Duke
Okay.
up 27 spots in your ranking.
Would that be like a rebuke of the ACC because you're saying like we don't respect your like an
I mean,
idol?
it's a rebuke
all
of the
a
way
rebuke
that they
of the
determine their
ACC.
champions.
Right,
certainly.
because like you're gonna advantage an idle ACC team that could not meet the standards of the ACC to get to the conference championship.
I mean,
Oh,
it
like
is,
that
it is
time-
fucking absurd that a 5-team,
No, that's true, yes. But
loss
still.
team is playing in your conference championship game.
Like
there should
that
be
time
some
Alabama
fucking rule.
sat at home.
If you've lost 5 goddamn games, whether you've been in conference or out of conference, and there are teams that have 3 fewer losses than you, you're not in the goddamn conversation.
Right.
And more wins. But there was that time that Alabama sat at home and got in the championship anyway.
Yeah.
Not championship. There was 4, so it's different. But it wouldn't be the first time.
Right, it wouldn't be the first time, yeah.
All right, and then second TV at 8 o'clock, turn on, you'll know it by the blue turf there. UNLV plus 4.5 points at Boise State. This is sadly not going to factor in the college football playoff because neither are ranked and have multiple losses here. But these teams always play entertaining games.
Yeah.
So UNLV, Boise State, put that one on. That wraps up your Friday night. Saturday, College Game Day is going to be in Atlanta.
Do you I know they're in league, you know, this ESPN with the SEC, but you have a 1 versus 2.
It's a little weird.
I think that because it's so tied to Fox anyway.
Yeah, and that's the other thing because the other one
Right.
is but they've done Big Noon and Game Day at the same location before. But yeah, I guess they're
it's
like,
a little weird.
yeah,
For this one, it feels right for Game Day to be in Atlanta and
right.
to let them have their fun there Indianapolis. But neither of that is related to the noon game, the Big 12 championship being played at Jerry World. It's number 11 BYU plus 12.5 points at number 4 Texas Tech on ABC. I believe this was the rematch of a game that I said I'd called earlier in the year for BYU to show out and defeat Texas Tech. And BYU couldn't do anything on offense in that game. Does anything change? Who can say?
I don't think so. You had your little goofy rule that you came up with a second ago. 5 lost teams, that is a disqualifying factor.
Yep.
10-plus point underdog in the conference title. Should that disqualify you also?
What if you win, though? So BYU wins, Texas Tech will not fall out, I wouldn't think. And so that makes the ACC question entirely moot if there's a situation where Duke beats Virginia.
Yeah.
And it might make things dicey for Notre Dame as well. I'm not sure how the math is all going to work there.
It is crazy how there are still so many things, left to be decided this weekend. Like, there's not a lot.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, second TV at noon. The MAC championship is happening. I mean, you have the second TV out anyway, so you might as well put this on. Miami of Ohio plus 1.5 at Western Michigan. Over/under of 42.5 points. That will not be a very good game, but that's why it's relegated to the second TV. 4 o'clock, the SEC championship game from Megatron's.
Just skip over this one.
From Megatron's butthole in Atlanta, Georgia. Number 3, Georgia, minus 2.5 at number 9, Alabama. Over/under 47.5 points on ABC. It's going to be a fun one.
There are so many watch parties within like 5 miles of where I live, so I'm trying to figure out where to watch it, but it's going to be great.
You just that much of a social butterfly?
I like event, things, like spectacles. And so, like in the past, when Alabama was more dominant, like
your local watering hole isn't good enough. Don't you have a regular spot?
No, there are. Come on, you need to go to one where they have the big TVs. Like the big projector, the whole thing. But I remember a few years ago, we wound up at a Alabama bar because I was like, man, there are a lot of these. I know I'm colorblind, but that's not that color looks more whatever, Alabama than it does Georgia. But this time I'm going to go to the right place. But no, it's a good matchup. Georgia's in. They're playing with house money. They should be able to beat them the second time. They're 1-0, right? Why not 2-0? So it should be a fun game.
It is exciting because it doesn't matter from a Georgia perspective, except that I really want to beat Alabama and win the SEC championship game.
Beat them so bad.
Like that would be awesome. But also, like even if we get blown out, we're not falling out of the top 12.
Oh.
And in all likelihood, we're not falling out of the top 8. We're probably, at worst case, hosting a playoff game, and that would be fine. It's not ideal.
I would
just rather watch Alabama play Texas A&M. I don't know why we have to do this.
A blowout is almost impossible, I think, but it would be so demoralizing.
Watching that Alabama team against Auburn and watching them struggle against Oklahoma,
right?
And knowing that they didn't do much against us in the second half, and knowing that I think Jam Miller
he's out.
Is he out?
I think he's out. I'll check, but
they're not going to have. They haven't had a running game anyway. Jam Miller has been fine, but he's not been great this year when he's been in there. And Ty Simpson is a very, very good quarterback.
Jam Miller is questionable.
He's very good, and he'll make plays, but this does not feel like the sort of dominant Alabama team that we've seen in years past. And you never know what you're going to get with Georgia. Bobo, the center, is going to be out seemingly.
Yeah, he's out.
And so, but the good news is they've known that. So a week of practice, hopefully, with a stable offensive line, certainly helps the 3 freshmen that are going to be on that offensive line. So it is, at the very least, it's a relief to know that whatever happens, the playoff is still on the back burner there. But winning this game would just be spectacular. And winning it in decisive fashion, given the weirdness at the back end of the top 12, might compel the committee to make room for Like, I know they say you don't want to punish a team that plays in its conference championship game, but they also are always talking about data points, right? It's like, well, this is just one more data point, and it just so happens that Alabama has another data point where they got their asses kicked by Georgia.
Right.
And do we like that more than we like an idle Miami team?
Right.
Like, and I don't know.
Right. Yeah. The weird thing is that the way that the system is set up, you can benefit by being idle, but you can also benefit by playing and having that extra data point. So like it could go either way.
What is your? I know we're going to do our picks later.
Yeah.
Do you have a feeling here? I know you get concerned when I get irrationally confident.
And
I don't have a feel for this
Because
game.
when you do that, you're bad.
So
You're wrong.
I this felt like a commercial when I was watching, but either the last episode of 60 Minutes or the one prior to that, there was a segment on Polymarket, like this online betting thingamajig. If this was a marketing thing, like it worked, because I've been keeping an eye on the Polymarket and I've been comparing it to the.
This is just an opportunity for everyone not ostensibly. It's not illegal in the United States, right?
Right.
To bet on everything.
Right. And so I went there, and so the ESPN Predictometer, I know Georgia is a slight favorite, according to the Vegas people, but the ESPN Predictometer, this is a coin flip advantage Alabama. It's 51.1% Alabama and 48.9% Georgia. So I'm thinking, okay, that's what the stupid ESPN robot says. How is the Polymarket thing? And they have percent, you can do it any which way, but they have Georgia as the slight, they're like 55%, 55-45. And that's like people are putting their money into this. And so it'll be interesting to see. Obviously just one data point is not going to decide which one is more reliable, but I'm going to track it for the rest of this season to see.
I hear a lot about Polymarket ahead of events. Like, people are always talking about how the mayor's race has got such and such a number on Polymarket, all these different elections and sporting events and other things. I don't hear a lot on the back end about how reliable the number is. Did they talk about that in the 60 Minutes piece at all?
Apparently, it's very accurate, like within like 24 hours of the event happening. Like, there's a lot of volatility.
So the movement in the final 24 hours gives you a good idea of what's coming.
Right. And usually a lot of people with a lot of money start betting in one direction, and it starts to shift. And so like that shift, that direction has been like 90+% accurate. Not, outside of sports. Like, apparently sports is still a tough racket because, the ball bounces whichever way. But in any other thing like politics or just, how many tweets or truths Trump is going to do, that sort of thing, they get right pretty well.
Oh. All right. Well,
yeah.
At least they're using their powers for good and not just entirely arbitrarily, like tracking presidential tweets.
I will say, going back to this matchup, I think both of those things where it's this narrow, like it's just like coin flip either way, like that's the vibe I have. I think Georgia's going to win because they lost last time. That's the only reason why I think they're going to win, because it's like Alabama's not good enough to sweep Georgia, so like it's going to balance out, and Georgia will win this one. I just hope that we don't play them a third time where it's going to be an elimination game in the playoffs, where both teams kind of go deep.
It would be nice to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns just to make them sweat on Selection Sunday, right? Like even if they do sneak in at like 11 or 12,
right? They'll have their PR firm out and about, right? You'll see Nick Saban coming out.
They don't need one.
Oh, but they're gonna apply all the pressure. They'll get the Senator Tuberville or whatever. Like, I'm an Auburn fan, but Alabama should be in, or whatever. Like, nonsense.
Right. Then at 8 o'clock, the Big Ten championship game from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 2, Indiana, plus 4.5 points at number 1, Ohio State.
Do you see
I'm not sure. Sorry?
The get-in price for that? I know it's 1 versus 2, but holy shit.
It's like $400 or something?
$647.
Wow.
It is unbelievable. $647.
I wonder, I'm excited to see the crowd split, although it'll be hard because they're both red.
Right.
But, I bet that's mostly Indiana people.
Oh, I'm sure it's heavy Indiana people.
And that's another Predictometer coin flip: 50.6 Indiana, 49.4 OSU. So it's like, I think Ohio
I'm all
State is
over
going to.
Indiana on this game. I think Indiana has a better track record this year, just in terms of based on who they've played so far this season. Like Ohio State has impressed me in terms of sort of scoring a ton of points against extremely lesser competition. But if we count Texas as a meaningful data point, they scored 14 points against Texas to start the year. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, come on,
and then
early days.
Yeah. And they didn't look great against Michigan until the second half. Like, they sort of scuffled there. So, like, I don't know what the fuck Ohio State is. I assume they're pretty good.
But would you be shocked if this was a 2-score Ohio State comfortable win?
No, I don't think I'd be surprised if it was 2 scores in either direction, because it's hard to know what you've got with either one of these teams at this point. And it's frustrating because I don't think either one of them drops out of the top 4, like barring a 56-3 or something.
Why is that frustrating?
Dismantling. Because you're not going to as much fun as it's going to be to watch this game, we're still not going to know anything afterwards in all likelihood.
Yeah.
It's not going to have any impact on the playoff.
You'll know a little more, but you're right. But also, I mean, it's 1 versus 2, so you either have a quality win or a quality loss, so it shouldn't knock you down too far.
Right. Although, what about that? What about 56-3? Ohio State just absolutely demolishes them. Because if one team is going to do that, although I don't know, because we have Thirsty Dirtbag on the other side.
Would he survive
Ohio
that
State's
sort of
very
route?
good.
I think he would just have a heart attack.
But if Ohio State's really good and they win 56-3, can you justify leaving Indiana out, or have they built the resume enough to where
it could be
out of the playoff? Do they drop?
No,
it could be 3,000-0.
One loss,
3,000-0, and they would still be in.
All right, second TV. Assuming that game is 2,500-0 at the half, and you're looking for something else to entertain yourself with.
That might be,
The ACC championship is going on at the same time.
Sucks.
From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's Duke +4 at number 17, Virginia. Number 1, why go head-to-head with the Big Ten when you could have had the noon window ACC? I feel like you're...
I was going to ask that. So you have 5 games. So you have crowding at the top and at the bottom, but that middle, everybody's clearing out because of the Georgia-Alabama thing. Earlier you mentioned that those were the 2 top in the ratings, for college football this season. So I anticipate that the ratings are going to be huge for this. I mean, a Saturday, perfect time, and there's no competition. There's no other game. And so, the numbers are going to be, through the roof. And it's going to be weird because, Ohio State, Indiana should be the marquee matchup, and they're at the 8 o'clock spot. But I suspect that the 4 o'clock game is going to outrate the 1 versus 2. That's my guess.
Presumably.
Yeah. But, I don't think – I mean, you wouldn't – I mean, I think it's fine having it at 8 o'clock. And not that anybody cares for Duke football. And,
Yeah. This is a rematch from a few weeks back. Virginia handled Duke in the first game here. Does Duke have any chance whatsoever?
I would say they have no chance.
I think they've got a great chance.
None.
I think Duke's got a great chance. Virginia has Virginia has won so many close games this year. Multiple overtime victories, barely squeaking out wins against not very good teams. I know that they had no problem with Duke fairly recently, but I'm all over Duke.
That's not important information?
No, not a relevant data point.
Outlier.
Might explain my gambling balance. All right, it is now time to give our picks in the CIB 2025 Football Pick'em Contest, updating our scores. Of course, we have Abe out in front with 250 points. I've got 230. Cousin Steve right on my tail with 227. And Lori way back there in the caboose with 172. Lori, you have not entered in your picks yet.
No, I'm not going to.
Lori, you must choose 5 games.
The protest?
No. I'm not doing it. I don't have to.
You do.
What happens if I don't?
Just put words in the box there. We'll go from there.
Oh.
All right. Cousin Steve's picks which he was kind enough to send in yesterday, I believe. He's got Alabama as the outright winner, as the underdog against Georgia.
It's a good value bet, right?
What's that? The Alabama?
Yeah,
game?
I mean, it's like a coin flip, and you get 10 points if you get it right.
Oh, for sure. Definitely the right play from a gambling perspective. He's also going to lay the points, Virginia minus 3.5 against the Dukies, and then he moves on to the NFL. He's going to take 3 outright underdogs, the Cowboys tonight, the Jaguars against the Colts, home dogs against the Colts.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange considering the direction that those two teams appear to be moving in. Right. Is it not, Abe?
Oh, yeah. And also, this is one of those goofy, the Colts have not won in Jacksonville in like 12 years or something. It's one of those goofy, and they play every year. It's been like at least 10 years, I believe. So, for whatever reason, the Colts are the favorites.
All right. And then Cousin Steve also has the Bears as 6.5-point dogs against the Packers, but he likes them outright. All right, Lori is going to be annoying here, and she is just...
You're annoying.
She is... we might need a new system here, especially as we get down here later in the year, and there are fewer things to pick from. We might have to seal our picks in envelopes and then open them live so that we cannot be doing what Lori has done here. So we'll get to Lori's picks in just a moment.
Copy and paste.
Abe, what are your picks?
They call that malicious compliance. So I'm not saying that I'm relying on Polymarket. I'm just saying that I'm informed by it. How
many of the games that you are about to pick are fading Polymarket?
Only one. They're confident that the Colts are going to win, but I have the Jaguars winning. So Ohio State, they are very bullish on Ohio State, more so than the stupid ESPN robot. So I got them covering. Same thing with Virginia. I mean, this game is going to be a cakewalk. I don't even know why you would even entertain watching the show. Have an infomercial for the second TV. And then on the football side, you have the Tank Commanders going up against the Vikings, who are apparently suck balls. And so I'm assuming they're going to suck balls again, and I'm getting 10 points. So why not? And then the Colts, though I love them, this seems like a laying of the egg scenario. They have lost, I think they're like 0-11. I anticipate them going 0-12.
I was going to be on the Jaguars here as well, but I knew that you were going to be on the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't want to end up with like 3 of us all on the same game, and it'll go the other way for sure.
And then finally, I have the Chiefs beating the Houston Texans, lay the points.
All right. My picks, which are curiously similar to Lori's picks. I, after extensive research, have decided that Tulane is going to beat North Texas. Indiana is going to beat Ohio State. Duke will beat the Cavaliers here in Virginia.
Wow.
I've got the Bengals over the Bills. Joe Burrow is back.
That's right.
He was on my fantasy football bench for the bulk of the season, and now he's back out there slinging it around. It's probably too late for the Bengals. They lost a ton of games while he was gone.
The AFC North is pretty wide
open. The
AFC
North is a disaster. Speaking of the AFC North, I saw that Ben Roethlisberger and some other bum, James Harrison maybe, were talking about how it's time for Mike Tomlin to go.
Remarkable. There is apparently a groundswell in Pittsburgh to try to get rid of Tomlin. I guess the time is up for him. I would like to remind the Steelers that things can get worse. The New England Patriots have that Vrabel character who was shit-canned by the Titans, right? Apparently he wasn't a good enough coach for those bums, and then he goes to New England in a better situation, and now he has a pretty good team. So, Tomlin's going to be picked up immediately. Maybe he should go to the Penn State squad. I know he's going to stay in the NFL, but they're hurting for something. But, he's not alone.
If you're Mike Tomlin, would you not take fucking $15 million a year to go coach Penn State?
Yeah, that would be something, yeah. But I think he would want to stay in the NFL. He's probably just used to it. I mean, it's slightly different, so I'm sure he's already used to that world. But that would be amazing.
It would be such a great hire.
Yeah.
They're talking to the Iowa State guy, Matt Campbell.
What is Penn State's problem? Make a hire already.
They made a rash decision.
Yeah.
But they made a rash decision first, so they had ample time, and somehow they find themselves in this disastrous spot where like everybody abandoned ship. I think there's like 2 commits still there, and I don't know what. Maybe they got a tattoo and they can't leave. But like, I'm surprised that they're at 2. But they have to hire somebody at some point, and that coach will know they weren't the first choice, the second choice, the third choice. Like this is like, my God, we are desperate. They're like, the bar is closing. I need to go home with somebody. Like, you'll do. Like, that'll be the coach that they get.
I mean, how about Chip Kelly? Like, roll the dice. Chip Kelly just got fired by the Raiders as their OC. Like, Chip Kelly's a fun guy, right?
I guess they could do that.
I don't know. But Mike Tomlin would be awesome. I hope that they fire Mike Tomlin from the Pittsburgh Steelers because the Giants would hire him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he would be picked up. And also, like, the Steelers, I think during his entire reign, like, they haven't had a underwater season. They've been at least 500 or better.
Yeah.
And
you've got a fucking decrepit Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback here, and you've still won a handful of games this season. I don't know what they're complaining about. It's not like they have the dudes. Like, if they had a ton of awesome dudes, it would be one thing.
If they're underperforming, that would be one thing, right? But they're performing up to par, 6-6. I mean, this is who you are. Live with it.
Yeah. All right, and then my last game, I'm taking the Chargers. I think that's the Monday night game as the home underdog against the Eagles. Eagles are unraveling. That Nick Sirianni is a dirtbag himself.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of dirtbags, you know, Philadelphia fans are known to be a bunch of boors. But, like, did you hear the story about the offensive coordinator's house was, like, pelted by rocks because some fans were upset? Like, that's another fan base that's ungrateful. I don't know what's going on in this Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. A lot of ungrateful.
It's cold and dark.
Fans. Yeah, but it's always
Matt,
cold.
you have to live in the fucking Northeast. You have to live in that
Nobody
awful
has any
part
jobs.
of the country.
No, Western Pennsylvania is not the Northeast. It's the Midwest, and nobody has any jobs.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like an indicator or something. People are just very prickly, like throwing rocks.
Philadelphia is not Western Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia, it's like part of their culture to be mean.
But I wonder if they're just like living up to that reputation. Like, we're known to be dicks.
Yeah.
Let's be dicks, because why
100%.
are you going to somebody's house, dude? Like, that is.
As I've said before, I live precisely as far north as I will ever live, unless you get north of like Albany, New York, right? Like, there's this triangle in the northeastern part of the country that I would refuse to ever live in. Again, there's just too many goddamn
And
people.
it's where he grew up.
Yeah. So, like, I could go to New Hampshire or Maine or something. That would be perfectly fine. But I'm not going to live in anything like the tri-state area there in New England. And the reason for that, and why Pennsylvania is largely out as well, is because even though you're not in the city, you're surrounded by people who are, like, weirdly insecure about not being New Yorkers. Like, what the fuck is your problem, you psychos?
You think that's what it is? Deep down, they're just like some sort of inferiority complex?
They have a weird inferiority complex about New Jersey. Like, if you have an inferiority complex about New Jersey, you know there's something weird going on inside.
Eat shit, Philly.
All right. That's the CIB 2025 football pick'em contest. It is now time to go live to Plains Heaven and hear from the former president of the United States, Jimmy Carter, and the presidential lock of the week.
I guess I'm reading another letter from Jimmy Carter for the stupid low-rent podcast. Great production you guys are running over there. Multinational media empire, my ass. Anywho, here's Jimmy Carter's presidential lock of the week, direct from heaven allegedly. Hello once again to my dear friends at Cast Iron Balls, and also to Aba, a man born some 43 years ago this week. But who has all the accumulated wisdom and drive of an obese sea lion sunning itself on a shrinking ice floe in killer whale-infested waters. Oblivious to its extreme peril until after it's already been chopped to chum. You think you're going to live to 100. Hey, you dividend slug! Ah! You call that stupefied pencil-pushing lemming? I've got a couple of big old beans for you to count right here. Turkey Day was a real oot job here, though I must say Christopher Columbus and Andrew Jackson would not have been my first choices for Heaven's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Oh, Marshalls, and I found the smallpox vote a bit goes. But the Lord works in mysterious ways, I guess. As Rosalind always used to say, if a finite creature could comprehend the infinite, I'd have a better handle on your ignorance, Jimmy. Now get that said little piece of finitude God gave you over here and help me forget your various shortcomings for a few minutes. Lord, I miss her. But let us proceed to the gambling. Do you realize that when I get this one right, I'll be a full 5 games clear of 500? I'm feeling sharper than a porcupine in a water balloon fight. Slicker than a Shylock on the day before payday hanging out in front of the liquor store. I'll take the Mullen and the Running Rebels, plus those 4.5 points over Boise State. I never did care for Idaho. What sort of backwater shithole bases their economy on the potato? And is proud of it? A potato is the calorie of last resort. Who eats flavorless starch bombs out of the dirt? The Irish are the Lord's red-headed stepchildren for a reason. In which way, give me you an LV in those all-important points. As always, enjoy the games with good food and drink, and most importantly, good company. And be kind to one another, for gosh sakes. Almost nothing matters besides that. May God bless this great nation and this great podcast. Until next time, this is Jimmy from Plains for Cast Iron Balls. Except when it's not. Sometimes it's Homer from Springfield. Idiots.
First of all, I can never get over. I mean, it's only the second time your Simpson has made an appearance, but just the cadence is just so off that it just makes for a very funny read. And also, I am starting to become worried. Is Jimmy Carter where's the proof of life for Jimmy Carter? I know
That's a great question.
Well, he's dead.
Yes, that. But also, Bob has been doing a lot of water carrying for the Jimmy Carter. I still don't believe this heaven angle. Like, this sounds more like he's like in a timeout. Like he probably got into some sort of fight with somebody, and now he's like in the hole. No access to any sort of communication device, and that's why you're covering for him. I know he's down there somewhere, Jimmy.
Earmuffs, kids, in case you're not sure how this all works. For some reason, the Jimmy Carter AI voice just hasn't been working.
Really? What's going on? Like, it's like, does it attempt and then it stops halfway?
It attempts and it fails, and it won't spit out the goddamn voice, and it's like And like half of them have stopped working. So I don't know if there's something wrong with this website that I've been using, but
maybe there's a Swedish website we can find.
Yeah. So, but Homer has been incredibly reliable. So.
Just sometimes it becomes very loud for some reason. It's great.
I will say, even though it's Homer reading it, I still feel like the folksy Jimmy Carter voice underneath it all, which I think speaks to the strength of Jimmy's voice. It can come through, even though it's Homer shouting us.
It is a very distinct voice, especially the part where he's shitting on me and he's oversharing about his wife.
Now get that sad little piece of finitude God gave you over here and help me forget your various shortcomings for a few minutes. How many times in the history of man has anyone referred to a dick as a sad little piece of finitude that God gave you?
I can't imagine more than once.
You've been listening to Cast Iron Balls, a podcast about sports with Bob and Abe. Laurie's here too. You can find the show on Substack, brainiron.substack.com for more from us, including the Billboard Hot 100 game and all sorts of other fun stuff to come. brainiron.substack.com for that. The opening and closing themes of the show are composed by Mark Gillig. Tetramermusic.com, Tetramer music.com for more from Mark. Abe, what else in the world of sport caught your eye this week?
On the NBA front, Chris Paul, who's also known as CP3, he's getting up there in age. He's known for having played for the Los Angeles Clippers, the Lob City back in the day.
Chris Paul, Logan Paul, and PewDiePie are all the same person to me.
Vastly different sizes, but yes, same category.
One is a tall Swedish Nazi, I think, right?
Okay.
Chris Paul, he's 40, which is like ancient in the sports world. 3 years younger than me. He announced that he was going to retire after a very lengthy career. He went back to play for the Clippers, where he found success, and this was going to be like a farewell tour kind of thing. He was going to be like a veteran leader, riding the bench. He wasn't going to get a lot of minutes. Basically, there's going to be like a send-off season for him, and then overnight, he gets let go by the Clippers, and it turns out the reason for this is that the way they described it was that he was disruptive. He was trying to hold the team accountable. I guess he's one of these like vocal like leaders, like
trying to instill some veteran leadership.
Yeah, but too much, and he butted heads with the head coach, Ty Lue, and the general manager. So I guess he's been known to be like a vocal leader, but that's when he was like the dominant player. Like he was the one that's directing traffic as the guard and whatnot. But now you're averaging 2 points a game. You're riding the bench. It's almost like I think the Clippers are like, this is like a charity case season. Like, we're trying to send you off and you're harassing us. So it's weird that what was meant to be like a farewell season, he is unceremoniously let go over like at 2 a.m. or something. And now he's like without a team and no one really needs him because his career is done. This was supposed to be like just a fun thing. And so I just thought that was rather amusing. How disruptive was it?
This says he started 82 games for the Spurs last season.
The wheels, when they come off, Bob, they come off mighty fast. But yeah, basically...
Is he a total bum at this point?
Yeah, he's like I said, they were saying he was averaging just 14 minutes a game, 2 points a game. Like, he wasn't contributing much. He wasn't in their rotation. And so, like, I guess if you're in that position, even though you have the stature of somebody like him, like he's got the name, but he's not doing the contribution. So that probably rubs the wrong way to the players who are actually playing a lot of minutes and the head coach who's trying to do whatever. And so,
doesn't he also have kind of a bad reputation?
Yeah, he's kind of a dick, yeah. He punches people in the nuts. He's, low character sort, But apparently he's a decent guy.
Veteran leadership you want.
Outside of the competitive space, like,
Yeah, first ballot Hall of Famer, though, right?
Yeah,
like he's,
But, like, it's just, it's got to be a little embarrassing. Like, what's he going to do now? Like, no one else wants him or needs him. Like, this was supposed to be, like, just shut up and wave, do the salute.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Lori, did anything else in the world of sport catch your eye this week?
No, just gingerbread houses.
Just gingerbread houses. Abe, have you got anything else for us tonight?
Nope.
Well, I guess that's all we've got for you tonight, then. And we will talk to you next time.
Later.
Well, it's pretty good prank, actually.
What was a prank?
Katie turned the TV off as a prank, and then the batteries in the remote died, so the TV was left off. And so he's here to replace the batteries.
Do the young kids
just do it upstairs? Take the batteries and go.
I can go.
Okay.
I need to drop the batteries off here.
Is it a myth that you can get a little more juice by hitting the...
No, you can.
You could definitely, if you'd smack them a couple times or
but
taken
it's
them out,
fine.
you can take them out and put them back in. And it's like,
Yeah.
fresh batteries.
That's right.
We're probably not getting any snow, by the way.
You stupid remote. These assholes have a delayed start tomorrow for the second time this week.
These assholes, nothing. You get to sleep in again, too.
I need the extra rest, obviously.
Well, another
have you
weather
heard nothing?
thing? That's right. You need all the rest to exercise.
That's right. On Monday, was it Monday or Tuesday?
It was Tuesday.
Tuesday morning, they had a 2-hour delay start because there was the threat of rain and snow coming in, and it was just wet.
Okay.
It was just wet, and Calvin had to walk to school in the cold wet because it was 2 hours later. Prior, at normal time, dry, cold.
I see.
Yeah, if he had gone to school on time, he would have arrived dry and without soaking wet socks.
Right.
Instead, because they delayed it, he spent the day in soaking wet socks.
A mocking God is the only explanation.
And then tonight, they're like, we're going to have to delay tomorrow because there's a 30, at the time that I got the message from the school, there was a 35% chance of half an inch of snow starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So a 1 in 3 shot of half an inch of snow. And they've already treated all the roads. And they're like, nope, we better shut it down.
Right. And the delay is just so they can have a little daylight to see with the, to assess or.
Yes, to assess.
To assess, but why bother if you're just gonna do it now?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me so mad. I don't want to play Alabama.
Oh yeah, that's right. So.
I'm sure we'll talk about it on Monday. The brain's coming back, but hopefully. My suspicion about what your take is like we're being a little bit too precious here with like there are these two fellas floating in the middle of the ocean clinging to an upside down boat. Like they're dead anyway, right? Like isn't it more humane to just go ahead and order the code red and put them down the rest of the way?
Well, the entire endeavor is, I think, on the wrong side of legal. But like,
right. But once you've crossed the line,
if you're gonna do something, you're doing it, right? It seems to me like when people are
The proceeding was created with 100% human content.